Sandra, you're one of my followers, and that's kind of surprising given this comment, which is in response to someone that gave a oh so unsavory comment on one of my videos discussing my experience at my job. A video where I was talking about my frustration at a certain manager not clarifying the company policy when it came to scheduling, because I had been under the impression of one thing for a year and a half, and all of a sudden it seemed like things might be going a different way. And it took about a minute and a half to 2 minutes to get a clear answer, because every single one of my clarifying questions or inquiries was met with what I perceived to be rather curt responses. So when you say that this is the new generation that we're speaking of, and this comment was left under one that is saying that I am someone that is oh so ungrateful and making a mountain out of a molehill, I want to know, what about this new generation A are you speaking on? What part of Razor's comment are you responding to? And furthermore, could you clarify what new generation you're speaking about? If you're talking about Generation Alpha, I'm not a part. If you're talking about Millennials, I'm not a part. I am Gen Z, but as is the case with not just Gen Z, but every single generation, we are all comprised of a myriad and multitude of personalities and different lived experiences. I also don't think that it's a particularly new experience or expectation that when you work for a certain corporation or company, you can plan your life according to a certain policy when it comes to both scheduling, expectation as far as job requirements are concerned and the duties that are a part of your post, what is expected of your coworkers, how you go about communicating with management and upper management. All of that is generally consistent, or it should be, because consistency is key when it comes to a smooth operation, right? Particularly in an industry like fine dining or restaurants, right? Maybe you don't know. Maybe you're unaware of how things smoothly operate and think that the new generation, whatever that is, simply by asking for clarity are the root of all evil. I'm unsure, because again, this is in response to a rather, shall we say, aggressive comment about someone who thinks that getting 2 hours of sleep every night and going from their bar job at 4 a.m. to their office job at 6 a.m. is a flex, of which case I don't subscribe to. If you could provide clarity on what particularly about my video, my perspective on being an employee that wants my manager to offer clarity, being an employee that shouldn't be shamed for asking questions, being an employee that generally has an expectation when I go to any job, anywhere, that the policy will be what the policy has been told to me it is. If that's just something new and newfangled, maybe you should pick up with the times, but I highly doubt that this is something that only came about in 2025. So answer my questions, please, and if you, I don't know, are unable to answer them with any clarity, or at this juncture, given the fact that you follow me already and are still too dense, I imagine, to understand where I stand on all of these, you're welcome to follow and continue following, or check out any of my playlists here on my TikTok to maybe gain some insight and education, in which case I am happy to educate, or you can happily unfollow and leave. Because I really don't think that there's anything productive about your particular comment, but if you want to clarify, now's your chance. Have the day you deserve.